You know what really grinds my gears? The Asari from Mass Effect. They suck. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. The first and most obvious reason is that their design is awful. I mean, just look at them. They're obviously designed by some developer who smoked a bunch of weed and thought it would be great if there were sexy blue aliens that looked exactly like humans. Terrible, terrible design. But that's a superficial thing. Let's get into the deeper reasons as to why they're so terrible. Reason number one, vendetta. Like, do I even need to explain this? It's established in canon that Asari laws for not sharing Prothean tech are the harshest in Citadel space. And yet these hypocrites kept Vendetta secret for thousands of years, maintained an advantage over everyone, all while doing nothing to prepare for the Reapers. That brings us to point number two, the Ferrickson Treaty. For those who aren't aware, the Ferrickson Treaty is a treaty in Mass Effect that limits the number of dreadnoughts, I believe, supposedly for peacekeeping concerns, but you idiots had a Prothean VI telling you over and over again, prepare, prepare, prepare. And what do? You value peace above everything else, even the certain war that was coming. Why did you impose the Ferrickson Treaty on the galaxy when you knew the Reapers were going to have huge numbers? Doesn't make any sense at all. Reason number three, they are arrogant and obnoxious and think that they're better than everyone else and run the galaxy as its lords, despite being really, really awful rulers. In addition to the points mentioned before about Vendetta and the Ferrickson Treaty, they also perpetuate injustice. The Quarian exile is ridiculously unjust and horribly harsh. Like, 3 generations are being punished because of a mistake made hundreds of years ago. And maybe that sounds reasonable to an Asari who live 1,000 years, but to Quarians who have been forced to live their entire lifetimes in ships, sure as hell doesn't seem just or fair to me, especially since the Geth really haven't done that much up until Shepard arrives on the scene. They mostly just keep to themselves. So why do the Quarians need to be refused to allow a homeworld? Yeah, the Asari are terrible. They act like they're better than everyone else, but really their decision-making abilities are terrible. The Council of Matriarchs is run by stubborn old fools who refuse to accept the truth for what it really is. Vendetta should not have been hidden. The Ferrickson Treaty should have never been written. The Quarians should have never been exiled. Oh, and by the way, the Genophage should have been cured. If you're a council race, the Asari are great. If you're not, or if you're worried about the Reapers, they are terrible. Remember, everyone, the Asari are the absolute worst.